Hello. Hi, everybody. Yeah, my name is Michelle Cho. I'm a president of New Life Foundation, and also I'm a conductor for NLYO. Yeah. But I'm so happy and I'm very excited to meet everybody here. And some people, actually we didn't know each other many years, but I'm really excited to meet new people here, the new members. And I want to just introduce a little bit background about me. And I'm a flute player, and I finished my doctorate for I think long time ago. And then currently I'm teaching at Catholic University as a faculty, and I'm teaching at Buddhist school too. And then actually, I'm not a conductor major, but I started doing conducting with the youth orchestra, really small member. But it's been almost 15 years been conducting youth orchestra. But I think it was like a most pleasure to working with the youth and then with music. There was very different experience for me, but it was great. And then actually the orchestra I was conducting, we've been going out of country, and then we call it a music mission. So we went to underprivileged area, and then this lots of orphanage. And I met like thousands of orphans, whenever I go to different country. So it was so nice to see them. But I think I was doing many years, and sometimes we invited the orphans to come play with us because there's lots of talented young kids in all over the country. Somebody who needed support, right? So I met them, and then I start feel like I have to do something, right? But I don't know how to do it. But I think as a fact, I start getting like several orphan kids and coming with us to go different countries to actually perform with us. So it was really nice. And then one day I just felt like, oh, this is kind of temporary we are doing this. I just meet them. We meet them once a year. So I think I have like kind of some like my heart was going on some place. Maybe we have to do something. But it was not just my idea. I think this come from God. But all the teachers who was doing with me many years, they have the same heart. So we just gathered together, and then we just decide to make this New Life Foundation. So this New Life Foundation is going to have orchestra, youth orchestra, and youth choir, and then they have artistic council, somebody who's going to have benefit concerts to help the orphans. So our orchestra will visit. This is outreach orchestra we made. So our orchestra will visit the underprivileged area children and inner city like DC and everywhere, and in overseas or during the summer break. So that's our actually foundation will be doing it. And then we will whenever we go out the country, different country, and then I think we're gonna have kind of music camp, so we can teach music there. So we can give hope to them, not just hope continuously. This foundation makes a bridge. They can come to study here. That's our future of our goal. So maybe some people is very new for you guys, but I think this is going to be great for us, and great for the children out there, somebody who need help. So I think that's about it. And then I think I like to introduce. We have a great pastor, Pastor Sam, and he's going to be our chaplain. I like to introduce our chaplain Sam.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for the welcome. Thank you, Michelle, for inviting me to be part of your team. Okay, I remember when the Olympics were held in Seoul. Okay, the United States they recruited for the first time professional basketball athletes to play on the U.S. basketball team. It was called the Dream Team. Okay, I feel like I'm a part of Michelle and this New Life Foundation's Dream Team. Not that I am one of the all-stars, okay? By no means. I'm actually the newest member of this team. How many of you, this is your first year working with Michelle or having been a part of her orchestra? Anybody? Yeah, okay, great. There's about a few of you who are first-timers. I'm a first-timer too, and I'm here to learn. And as a chaplain, you're wondering, what is a chaplain? Different organizations have a chaplain. I know sports teams, they have chaplains. The church I attend in Virginia, my senior pastor, he's the chaplain for the Washington Redskins, okay? And I'm going to have dinner with him in a couple of days. I'm going to ask him, what do you do as a chaplain? But I think what a chaplain is someone who's here to support you to succeed in other ways than what your other instructors and teachers are. And for me, I've been a pastor for about 18 years. I've worked with high school students from the early 90s till now. And I found the best way to be a pastor is not by what I say, but the questions I ask. So, as a chaplain, I just hope to listen and to pray. And I'm sure you guys have pastors or people in your life who do that. Great. But some of you don't. And if you don't, I'll be more than glad to be someone who listens and who prays for you. And those who say, hey, I can't get enough of prayer, or I couldn't get enough of someone listening, that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to support you in other areas that the instructors, they're focusing on other things. I'm going to help them by serving you guys. So I'm looking forward to getting to know you guys. I'm going to be visiting each of the groups this afternoon, and I'll share a little bit more about myself then. But parents, I'm also here for you. I worked at a church called Open Door Presbyterian Church for about 8 years, and one of the favorite things I did is I worked with parents. And so as the spring rolls around, parents, I don't know if you want this, but I hope you feel like you need it. I'm going to actually be here for you too. And my favorite thing to do, one of my favorite things to do is just to listen and pray for parents as well. Because raising a teenager is not easy, okay? And teens, having parents is not easy too, I understand. Two ways. You have to raise each other a little bit. But parents, as the spring rolls around, and as we get settled in, I hope to provide some maybe encouragement, even some training. After working with teenagers for 18 years across the United States and Canada, there's some things I can maybe share with you, how to even better get to know your students and to care for them in a very, very important time of their life. So parents, I look forward to getting to know you. Please call me Sam. I know for some of you that you're uncomfortable, okay? Please, I'm ordained, so don't call me Moksanim or anything like that, okay? Just get to know me. I want to get to know you. Again, I'm privileged to be here. And students, I shared this earlier, I want to be here. And so hopefully you see that. I love young people. I have 2 daughters. They're still young. I can't wait till they're teens. Because I think as a teenager, it's one of the most exciting times of your life when you actually decide what you believe and who you are. And hopefully I could be a small part in that process. And you're really fortunate to be a part of this group. I know you are. You already feel that way because of the leadership, your parents, and I'm glad to be your chaplain this next year. So thanks for having me, Michelle. I'll turn it back over to you.
Hi, my name is Sylvia. I have been part of a missions orchestra like this since middle school. I am a junior at the University of Maryland, College Park, pursuing a Bachelor's of Music in Violin Performance. And so far, I've been on 8 different mission trips, and I'll be telling you about our rehearsals and lock-ins for the semester. Our rehearsals are held monthly, so they are mandatory. So everyone must attend every rehearsal once a month. And our lock-ins will be over winter break for 3 days and 2 nights. And on the last day, we will be having a concert for the week of tomorrow. And now I'll introduce to you our student council. So, the student council can stand up. And then we'll introduce.
Okay. Hi, my name is Nicolette, and I'm 11th grade in Winston Churchill High School.
My name's Chris, and I'm a junior at Winston Churchill High School as well.
Hi, I'm Jessica. I'm a senior at Poolsville High School.
I'm Alex. I'm a sophomore at Blair.
I'm Jonathan. I'm a senior at Wooten.
Yeah, so this is our student council, and so if you have any questions, then please feel free to come up to any of us and ask us.
Hi, again, I'm Jessica. I'd like to introduce to you right now Mr. Bill Lawson, who is our treasurer of the NLF Foundation.
Okay, as she said, I'm treasurer, but I'm not going to talk about business or money. Michelle asked me to give a little testimonial. And so I'm going to tell you a little bit about my experience with working with this group, or the groups we worked with in the past 2 years. First off, I'm just a dad. I don't play an instrument, okay? I'm a dad, I'm a husband. I got involved in this because 2 years ago we got a call from our private instructor and said, Jonathan, would you be interested in joining the youth orchestra? They need a tenor sax player. So, okay, and they had a website and we listened and we went, wow, they're good. This would be really a good thing to do. So we went and we joined. And oh, by the way, they're going to China this summer. I said, what? So I said, you're not going to China by yourself with a lot of people we don't know, because we didn't know anybody. So Pastor Kim doesn't know it, but he hit it off instantly with me this morning earlier today when we had our meeting, because he said, I'm not here because I have to be. I'm here because I want to. Well, I started out because I had to. I felt I had to go as a chaperone because we were going to China. I'm like, whoa, okay. So, well, we didn't go to China for various reasons. We ended up in Korea. And it's a long story, but that's okay. We went to Korea, and the process of changing from half two to 1-2 began. And it started first listening to these kids play. Just amazing. After working with Michelle and Sarah and the others, just amazing. Right? The music, okay, was just wonderful. I never got tired of it. We had 13 concerts. The last one was just as interesting as the first one. But then, it was watching the audience. We play for orphans, we play for schools, for troubled children, battered women, and so on. And see, the other thing they asked me to do was take pictures and record the trip in pictures. And this summer we went to Bolivia, and it was really amazing to watch the kids. We'd come in, and there was skepticism. It's like they'd never heard anything like this, and why were they there? What was this about? And then all of a sudden, as they started playing, as our kids started playing, it was just wonder. It was like their eyes opened up, and it was wonder. And then by the end, it was just joy, just total joy from all these kids. And our mission is to spread God's blessing through music. And there it was happening. It was wonderful. And that turned it from have to want to. So now I'm here because I want to be. Okay? And the treasurer is just a role that I'm taking on. And so I'm looking forward to this new group forming. I'm looking forward to your music. I'm looking forward to the audience. And I'm looking forward to sharing God's blessing.
As part of our staff, we also have Miss Christy.
Hi, everybody. Hopefully you received an email from me. I'm kind of the communications person, I guess. So I'll be checking the New Life Youth Orchestra email account. If you guys have any questions, you can email me and I'll try to get back to you as quickly as possible. And my other role here is I'm the website updater. I do have to introduce a student that we have that actually created our beautiful website. I don't know, have any of you had an opportunity to look at the website? Okay, well, this gentleman here, stand up real quick, Alex, he's the one that actually designed the website and he did a great job. So now one of my functions is to update the website. I'm not very good at it yet. So if you happen to get on the website and you see, a giant eyeball or something, that's me trying to update. So bear with me. So I think what I am supposed to talk about just is the paperwork that we have to get from all of you. And one thing that we need that's very important is this waiver form. And that is just allowing us to be in the church. So I think every student needs to fill one of those out. And then we also need a medical release form. And probably a lot of you have already done this. The third thing that we need is our registration form. So we need one of these forms for every student. And after we're finished here, if you go out the hallway and down the stairs, kind of out that front door, we'll have a table there, and we'd like to collect all those forms from you today if we can. And then there's also an application fee, and that mainly goes to the retreat that we're having in December. Is somebody talking about that today, or the retreat information? Just what you already heard today then. So, and then the other thing that I wanted to say was, I think we mentioned this outreach concert, this benefit concert, and that's going to be such a wonderful opportunity to actually hear some of the leaders actually play themselves. Dr. Cho is going to play, and a lot of the artistic council, and so I think it's going to be a really wonderful opportunity to hear some great music. We have some flyers here, so you can pick one of those up also on the table as you go out. So that's it for me.
I think I'd like to introduce very important people here, our conductors. Why don't you come up, conductor? Sarah Lee. Sarah Lee, I met her when she was in middle school. Now she graduated the Peabody as a violin major, and she just become a great conductor, somebody who has like beautiful heart, nobody can beat her, and then she loves children. She couldn't sleep. She called me last week and she said, Mrs. Cho, I cannot sleep. So I said, why? And I'm so excited to go laughing with little kids, And sometimes she just show up with like lots of cookies she was baking, and then she's giving to children, but also not just loving, she's a wonderful conductor. The music she just made at the concert, that was amazing. Nobody making mistake. I don't know how she did that. Candies, she's always making candy. Her bag, always, if I open it, full of candy and jelly. I don't know why. Yeah, and then she's always really, really. I'm so happy to, just have her as our conductor and our member and our staff, because she grew with this orchestra. I mean, the orchestra. And she was visiting all of the country with us, and then, I think we are so honored and then happy to have her as a conductor.
I'm excited to meet all of you guys. Most of the younger students I am familiar with. There's a couple I don't know. I hope we get to get closer together and then share a good time.
Our wonderful choir director and Dr. Ms. Lim, and she's first year with us for directing our choir, but she's the most wonderful pianist as well. Yeah, so she was directing choir, I think other choir, but she was also working with the choir for 2-3 years for middle school, right? And then she was accompanied the choir, so she knows what's going on in the choir, and then she will be wonderful, our director, and then she has the most beautiful heart, and then I think she's been helping us a lot since we started this preparing for New Life Foundation. Please introduce yourself.
My name is Misu Lin, and as she said, I'm a pianist, but I have some experience with the young kids choir and adult choirs. As a classical music a classically trained musician. I always wanted to find a way to connect classical music and then God's word. But it never really occurred to me how I could do that. But when I met Michelle, it was like the light went up. It was just very eye-opening experience. So I'm really excited to work with you guys, and look forward to what God will do in us and through us. Thank you.
And also, I want to just openly talk about if somebody is not Christian, don't worry about it. We just had recognition with the non-Christian kids, but it's not. This is open to everybody. Okay, so not just for the Christian. It's open to everybody because what we are doing is for kids. We're going to give our talent to kids. So it's nothing with too much religious. So don't have a pressure if having a little pressure for that. Okay. And then I'd like to introduce the Pamela Anderson, and I want to share. She was our chaperone when we went to missions. I want her to share just maybe a little bit of her experience for our orchestra. Yeah.
Thank you. I had the honor to travel with Michelle and the orchestra to Coach Bonda last year, and it was a really beautiful experience. We visited 4 different orphanages, and we even gathered the children off the street that were homeless eating out of the trash cans, and we performed for them at the Army base. And it was just miraculous. You could see the evolution of the musicians and how during the week they just became brighter and brighter. And the children's eyes. Michelle at one point had little children up there conducting, and it was just heartwarming. We would go to the baby homes, and I can remember one in particular. I'm thankful I got the call. I can just remember just from the time that we went to the homes, the children were somewhat, I'm trained as a child family therapist, and the children were somewhat despondent. And by the time we had finished visiting, they were growing and they were happy, and they had heard this beautiful music. And I think the very last baby home that we met was run by a Christian organization. And there was a little girl that was about yay high, and she was out in front dancing. And it was just like, you remember Stephanie? Yeah. It was like the Spirit of God was in her, and she was just overcome by the joy of the music that was presented. Thank you, Michelle.
I'll talk about lock-in, and just a little bit about lock-in. We are going to have lock-in retreat, but 27th, we're going to get into 27 and 28, 27 and 8, and the 29th, we're going to visit the place called Youth for Tomorrow. I think if you can look at the website, but we have a parent packet. We just gave all the information there. You can find it. I think the Youth for Tomorrow. Misu, can you explain for Youth for Tomorrow a little bit more about Youth for Tomorrow?
Youth for Tomorrow is founded by Joe Gibbs. Anybody who likes football, Redskins. Are familiar with Joe Gibbs, right? Joe Gibbs is a famous coach for Redskins football team in Washington, D.C. And he is very outspoken Christian. And he founded this Youth for Tomorrow, I think about 25 years ago. And this is a residential school for homeless kids and like abused kids, things like that. So they have a residence and they have a school for these kids. So it'll be a great opportunity for us to go there and play for them.
Thank you. Yeah. So, we are in Youth for Tomorrow for 29th, last day of lock-in, and then while you are doing lock-in, and then of course over the lock-in, we're going to improve a lot for the musical, musically improve a lot because we're going to practice a lot, right? There. And plus, I think we're going to share, and I think the most important for lock-in is bonding. we have fun together. So if you don't have like fun, they have JCC, what school? Mayor school? Knowledge school in DC. There's homeless school. That's like they have about 400 kids. There's a homeless kid, and then they have National Children's Center for Family is owned that school, so they invited us for January. So we're gonna go and perform. So our whole performance is gonna be in, like either homeless shelter or some place we need to go. And that's our plan. And we're gonna have an audition on January. Somebody who is able already, you don't have to make audition, but we're gonna expect new members in January, new audition. And then we have a planning to go Korea, the second week of August, because we have a plan to do a competition, music competition just for orphans. In Korea, they have lots of orphans, and they have lots of orphans, somebody who is really, really talented, but they don't have any place to go. They never went to competition because they don't have any competition they can go. All the compete, they have to compete with somebody who has really great support. So they cannot be competition with them. So we're going to have just make orphan competition. And then right after competition, we're going to have a music camp with just orphans. Right? And then our orchestra will go there and then play with them, and then performing with them, and then we're gonna share lots of love. That's our mission for next year. And we're gonna have a little concerts gonna be going on, but we can make chamber group, and then we're gonna go. Whoever available, and then we can sign up, and then we can go everywhere. And we have a benefit concert. So this is why we are doing benefit concert. All the teachers or the musicians who is involved in the New Life Foundation, they're gonna help us to, doing benefit concert. And this October, we're gonna have October 29th. We're gonna have a benefit concert and hotel at Presbyterian Church. And then December 3rd, we're gonna have a concert in New Jersey. Because all the musicians is coming from New Jersey and in Korea and here. Right? They have 3 different places in New Life Foundation. Right, and so we're gonna have benefit concert. All the fund is coming from benefit concert is gonna be towards to music camp, summer music camp. So I think so please invite your friends, and then please come to encourage us. And then I think we have posters out there and we have invitations. So please just bring it, and then just pray for this concert too. And because we're gonna meet in November, right? The next rehearsal will be November. So maybe if you guys come, not if, just come. October 29th, and then we can see there before the November. And then I like to chaplain into pray.
Michelle, before one clarification on the waiver form. We need the waiver form. It needs to be signed by the parents. Okay, you need one for each child, but it needs to be filled out and signed by the parents.
We have 3 forms, I think a waiver form and registration form and medical form for order to come into orchestra. He was talking about waiver form, but we have to sign by parents. That's what I think he was explaining.
And they hand it in today?
Yes.
To who? Who should they hand it to?
I think
to Bill, Kristen, Bill or Kristen? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll just stand here. Let's pray, friends. Again, we need God's help. We have a big vision. We have big dreams. We just pray that they are as big as God's dreams.